Everybody, today's video is on some firework cakes before and after firing. So what you want to look for when buying a cake is if the tube squishes when you buy it, because that's typically a sign of bad quality making it in China. So in these tubes, even after firing, you can't really squish them. Kind of hard to get in there, but you can feel from the sides. It's not going to squish in any of these because you're smart about it. Another thing to look for when buying fireworks is the weight difference between before and after firing, because typically when you're doing a show with fireworks is you're buying two and you're having two go off at the same time, maybe in a V formation, like you'd have one facing this way, another one facing this way, not quite at that much of an angle, but typically you would have two cakes going off at the same time in a standard show. But the weight difference in these is pretty big, so I can tell that this one is pretty juiced up. Not illegal, but still. Like, you can see the difference. Another thing to look for is when you're done firing them is the difference in the bottoms. Excuse me, I'll just get it set up here. If it gets burnt through, like this one, that could make a potential risk of a fire hazard. This one did not get burnt through. This one did. This one didn't, but if you break into them, you can tell that this one has another layer before you get to the actual tube and stuff. Like, you see, if I pull off one layer of cardboard, then there is another piece of cardboard below it, and then you get to the actual tubes. Now, that could be to prevent fires, or it could just be for advertising reasons. But in this one, there's only one layer, and so you can see right in there, you can see through it. So this is a good cake, but it might start on fire. I've had a couple of these start on fire before. I mean, compared to it, you can see the outlines on this one. Sorry for the glare. But you can see a pretty large difference between them. And this one is good because it's made like a 500-gram cake. You have the spacers in between there, and there's actually plywood on the bottom. I'll rip it open for you to show you. So when taking it apart, I noticed that you have these hardwood spacers along with these clay spacers in there too. But the clay spacer isn't that much compared to this. They aren't putting that in there for weight. It's for stabilization. But here you have packaging tape, which preferably they use wire, but it breaks pretty easily after being made. But this is still a quality cake. I mean, in there you got the spacers on the bottom as well, and you got a hard base on the bottom that these are glued to. So this is obviously a lot of work put into making these that they use for the higher end 500-gram cakes that we use in the bigger shows. Now, I did fire these 3 cakes for Memorial Day in having an idea of what to do for a video for you guys. I guess if you do end up having 2 cakes, you could just try and take them apart and see if it's worth buying again or not based by performance or something. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.